The dentist started pulling her tooth without using any anesthesia, simply because this woman had offended the police chief. The dentist happened to be a good friend of the chief.
I just wanted to say there's a lot of good friends of Bill Willoughby in this town, Miss Hay. No! Ow! Stop! No! God damn it!
It wasn't just the townspeople who were against her. Even her own son didn't want to talk to her anymore. The reason for all this was the 3 billboards she had put up. Each billboard had a single sentence. One said someone had been brutally raped and murdered. The next said no one had been arrested. And the last one called out, "How come, Chief Willoughby?" The entire town soon found out about the billboards. The chief later approached Hayes asking her to take them down, saying they had done everything they could in the case. The chief felt the billboards were unfair to him, especially since he had cancer and didn't want to spend his remaining days being treated this way. But Hayes told him that once he died, the billboards would no longer mean anything. The next day, the chief got a call from the dentist reporting Hayes. Hayes was brought in for questioning, but she was confident the dentist had simply injured himself by accident. Suddenly, the chief coughed up blood.
I didn't mean
I know.
It was an accident.
I know, baby.
It's blood.
I'm gonna go get somebody.
Just let her go. Come on, Chief. Just let her go.
That night, the chief made a final decision. He put on a hood that said, "Don't remove. Call the police immediately." Reporters speculated that the chief's death might have been because of the billboards. One officer who had deeply respected the chief smashed the door of the advertising company in a rage. After beating the man, he threw him from the 2nd floor. As a result, Dixon was fired from the police department. However, the chief had left behind 3 letters. The first was for his wife. The second was for Hayes. In the letter to Hayes, he humorously wrote that his death wasn't because of the billboards, but that he had still used the 3 billboards to set her up. He knew the townspeople would make life difficult for her. In the end, he said he genuinely hoped Hayes would one day find the killer. The third letter was for Dixon. That night, Dixon went to the police station to pick up his letter. Meanwhile, Hayes was across the street at the advertising company. She called the police station to check if anyone was inside, but Dixon was so focused on reading the chief's letter that he didn't notice the danger. It wasn't until the last bottle came crashing through the window that Dixon realized the building was on fire. But his first concern wasn't the fire. It was Hayes' daughter's case. He tucked the case file inside his jacket and ran out through the flames. Tyrion, who was passing by, helped save him. When Hayes later looked at her daughter's case file, she felt deeply conflicted. Not long after, Dixon overheard 2 men nearby talking about details that seemed to match Hayes' daughter's murder. Dixon, drunk, deliberately started a conversation with them, looking for a chance to scratch the suspect's face hard, capturing his DNA under his fingernails. He did his best to protect the DNA sample. When he got home, carefully preserved the evidence. He immediately shared the discovery with Hayes. But the new police chief later informed him that the DNA sample had no connection to Hayes' daughter's case. Even so, Dixon was determined to track down the man, believing that regardless of whether he was the killer, the man had committed some terrible crime. Hayes decided to go with him. On the road, Hayes confessed that she had been the one who set the fire, but Dixon had already figured that out long ago.
Well, who the hell else would have been?
Whether they would actually kill the man, they would figure that out along the way. Due to copyright restrictions, this is all the content I am able to show.